Welcome, my dear fellas. Will be a shorter video on how Ariel Helwani got slammed by the MMA guru and really. MMA guru has been following Ariel Helwani's horrible calls and horrible decisions in the past, and of course Ariel Helwani is not going to respond, but it's known that Ariel Helwani is very much biased towards Israel Adesanya. That is very much known, and that on many times he let the racial biting, and that's like some things journalists should never do. For example, watch Guru's video finishing Ariel Helwani once and for all, exposed bias regarding Adesanya versus Duplessis controversy. Very much nice video, really much nice video. So he pretty much exposed every single action of Ariel Helwani. He pretty much said everything Ariel Helwani said, and he was kindly exposing every single wrong word that a non-biased journalist should do. So it seems that Ariel Helwani obviously doesn't know to get the job well. I mean, I could talk like for ages about this, and I was watching the video, and I can't say that I could agree more with what the MMA guru said. Sorry, I am 100% sure that MMA guru was spot on in that video. Literally, he's not only spot on, like also Charles Zonen disagreed with that. Charles Zonen was based, and it's true that Ariel Helwani accidentally admitted to race things, etc., which is something an MMA journalist should never do. Have you seen an MMA journalist doing stuff like that? Like Ariel, he used to be a Mr. Gaslight in the past. You've seen some of Guru's videos when he was gaslighting Ariel the Gaslight Helwani, and there are some videos which were pretty much educational. So far, I got to say that Ariel Helwani was getting slammed over and over and over by the MMA guru, but he definitely deserved this slamming. Ariel Helwani definitely deserved this ass whooping because, man, you are supported by DraftKings and they only want like dollars, and you are making dollars for not doing your job properly. I mean, really, you are exposed for not doing your job properly. Ariel was laughing in the past. You have another guru's video which is called Ariel Helwani exposed laughs at racial slur against Dricus Duplessis in Israel Adesanya interview. Ariel laughs at the racial slurs in the interview. Let's look back at his ancestors. I mean, come on, Ariel. Are you? I mean, do you love are you in love with Israel Adesanya? Do you really, Ariel? You don't want Dricus Duplessis to become the champ. That's what I'm trying to say. If you don't want Dricus Duplessis to be the champ, speak openly about it. If you're getting money to put up the hype and maybe to discuss even more about Israel Adesanya and to defend him, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest, man. I mean, Ariel responded to the MMA guru like gaslighting MMA fans, calling us bots in the past, lies, and they are bots and are insecure fake MMA fans. And the clown was saying that the MMA guru is biased because he was talking facts about Francis Ngannou. Now, let me tell you one thing. How can we all be bots, Ariel, when we are watching every single episode, when we live this life? I'm doing 2 more jobs, Ariel. How can I be the clown? Because MMA is literally my life. I'm training every day, man. It's not that I'm just sitting home. I'm training, working. My whole life is marching, brawling. And we are all bots, and you are the only guy who does the job well because you are sponsored by DraftKings. And I rejected DraftKings, just to know, because they have double standards. And I'm not interested in getting sponsorships from people with double standards. So just to know, your DraftKings sponsorship means nothing to me. Because if you're sponsored by DraftKings, it doesn't have to mean that you're a rocket scientist or that you're a superstar. I mean, a guy with a beanie exposes you every single time. And you have no guts to respond to a guy with a beanie. I mean, how? How, man? How is it possible that a guy with a beanie, without a job in MMA industry, who created everything on his own, with his own knowledge, with his own words, how is it possible that that kind of a guy roasts you all the time? And how is it possible that he is right every single time? He is talking facts, man. How is it possible that he is right every single time? That is one thing I don't understand. If you're that famous, Ariel, if you're doing your job that properly, that well, that good, how is it possible that the MMA guru slams you with every single fact? Mr. Ariel Helwani, if you're such a fan of Israel Adesanya, if you want Adesanya to rule, etc., if you're getting orders from the UFC what to allow at the MMA hour, what not to allow, why don't you talk publicly about that? Why don't you just say, listen, I must do this, I must do that, I must do. You are not going to say that because you're a company guy. And that is the problem with you company guys. You are always protecting company interests. Me? I don't give a damn about that, man. Because, like, every single time Adesanya says something, you are on his train, you are riding on his bandwagon, and you are literally every single time with Adesanya. So you are biased, man. I don't know what is happening between you and Adesanya. Is it some kind of fatal attraction or however you call it? I know you're married and you have kids, but if you're a fan, just admit it in person, man. Or admit it in TV, admit it in a Twitter status. I don't know. How is it possible that the MMA guru slams you like with 5 videos? And how is it possible that every single fact he said was spot on? Just explain me that, elaborate me that. Because I don't have an explanation for that. Man, if you're a Adesanya fan, or if you're secretly in love with Adesanya, feel free to say it. It's no big deal, man. I mean, things happen. Why? Guru is right every single time, whatever he says about you, and that's a problem. So good luck, Ariel. You're exposed.